Hello everybody, Sue Ralph here. I'm back with the second part of my tutorial to show you how to put the card together. So I finished making all the little embellishments of the flowers, and then what we're going to do now is we're going to put this card together. I'm just going to move these out of the way and then I can show you the card stock. So I have 3 sheets here. Okay, so I have a white piece, and that is going to be 8 or 20.5 centimetres by 4 1/4 or 10.8 centimetres. Obviously I'm going to turn that over when I'm going to do my inking. And I have a piece of Pretty in Pink cardstock, which is 8 1/4 or 21 centimetres by 4 1/2 or 11 centimetres. And then I have the base card, which obviously has been folded in half. Now the whole length of that is 9 1/2 by 9 1/2, and then obviously the width is 4 3/4. So then at the moment the length here is 8 1/2 by 21.6 centimetres and 4 1/4, which is 12.1 centimetres. So let's start off with our white card and lay this down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my ink dusters, and I tend to use these if I've got a large area that I want to put ink down. So I'm going to start off with my lightest colour, which is Crushed Curry, and that's a Stampin' Up ink. And then I'm just going to use my brush just to pick up some ink, and then I'm going to go all over the card, just swirl it all in, keep picking up the ink just to put some colour down. And obviously you can take as much time as you like with this. If you have sponge, you can do this effect the same, or if you have daubers, you can do it. Probably sponge would be better because you can get a little bit more ink down quickly then. So I'm just swirling the colour around. I want it slightly darker in certain areas. And just keep on going around until you get the colour that you want. And now I'm going to come in with my Tempting Turquoise, which again is another Stampin' Up. And again, I'm going to put some colour on. And then I'm just going to go in between, leaving some of that yellow showing. And what's quite nice is that you actually get the yellow and the Tempting Turquoise changing slightly to give you a green effect. And we'll just keep rubbing this on until you get the effect that you want. It can be as dark as you like. If you want a nice light colour, you can carry on doing it fairly lightly. If you want to darken it up a little bit, then you just go over again. And as I said, this is quite a quick technique to use. Okay, so now that I've done that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in soft suede ink pad now. Again, Stampin' Up, and a stamp called Dot Dot Dot, which is to just bring in a bit of extra texture. So I'm just stamping down, and then I'm just going to randomly put some dots over the page. And then what else I've got is the Stampin' Around wheel, and that has actually got musical notes on it. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm just going to run that over my ink pad. Be careful that you don't actually spin the wheel, because what you want to do is you want to try and make sure that you're getting that wheel covered. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go start off the page, and I'm going to go just straight across my piece of cardstock with the music. And then I'm just going to load it up one more time. Just put a little bit of music, more music on there. There we go. And then that will be ready. You know, make sure you have the music up the right way so that your bird is sitting in the right position. I'm just going to take a dauber now, and I'm just going to lay a little bit more ink down just to blend those colours in a little bit. And I'm just going to go around the edges and keep going, just to soften it up a little bit. I just want to make sure that I'm getting all the edges done so that it covers up all those white edges. There we are. And I'm just going to go back to my crushed curry. I just would like just a little bit more yellow on there, I think. I'm just going to rub in just a little bit more. Okay, and then when you're happy with your background, let's just move all of these ink pads out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start laying down the foundation, which will be the flourishes. So we did the flourishes on the earlier tutorial. So really what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cut these down slightly to fit. So I'm just going to nip off a couple of edges. And then I'm just going to place them down here so that I know where everything goes. And then the same with this one, I want it slightly longer. Have the flourish come in here. So I'm just going to cut that one off and that one. Let's have a look, see what that looks like. Yeah, I don't think I want this piece here, so I'm just going to snip that one off there. So then I've got my branch flourish, and then I'm just going to add just another curl that's going to come down here at the bottom, cutting a little bit off there. I think I have one coming out there, and then I think I'll have another curl coming out just here, just to put some more flowers on. And then you want to make sure that your bird will fit across those joins, just like this here. And then once you're happy with how you've positioned, what I tend to use is a silicone glue, and I use it in a syringe because I find it a lot easier to actually put onto the flourishes, and just squeeze some glue on. Okay, so that's the one done. Just stick that one in place. Make sure it goes on there. Oops. And I'm going to get the next flourish up, and again just do the same, just put a couple of good dollops of glue on here. There we go. And then stick that down there. And then finish off just putting your two little odd bits down here. Okay, so let's have that one coming out there. And then this one just curling out so that the extra flowers can sit on there. And then what I do, I put a nice big dollop of glue over the bird. Can you see all over? And then just sit the bird how you want it. I'm going to put the bird just here, I think, and then just slightly press down. And then the next thing to do is to come in with your flowers. So let's bring those flowers back in again. And then you just want to start layering up your flowers. Okay, so again I'm going to use some silicone glue, and then let's just start sticking some of these. Sorry, I'm not showing you on camera, am I? Okay, let me do that again. Okay, so we're just going to put a little bit of glue onto the back, and then we're going to stick all of these in place. So again, you can pop them wherever you want to. Just pop them there. Now I tend to work in 3s, 5s. I tend to sort of like doing that. And that tends to be the way that flowers grow, isn't it? So I'm going to put 5 of the larger ones. Oh, I keep not showing you, sorry. put, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's pop another one. Let's pop one up here, I think. And then I'm going to cluster 3 of the little ones just around this branch. And then I'm going to have another scatter of 4 more of these blue ones. Just pop them as you want to on the branches. And then just to finish off, I'm going to put 3 of the smaller little flowers just up in this corner, like so. So now we've got all of our little flowers on. The next stage we need to do is to stamp a sentiment. So I'm just going to put this over here just for 2 seconds and then bring in a piece of white card. And I have a stamp and it says Springtime Smiles, and that's from the Stampin' Up set, which is Easter Blossoms. I'm going to use a StazOn ink for this one because it's a waterproof ink, but I quite like it because it actually gives a nice crisp image. So just load up your stamp very carefully. You don't have to push it right into the ink pad, and then just pop it into your card, just press down gently, and then hopefully you come out with a nice sentiment. And then I'm going to bring in the large oval punch. I'm just going to pop the card in, centre it up, and then you can hear that crisp punch, and then that's done. Then I'm going to bring in the Pretty in Pink ink, and I'm going to again use the dauber, and then I'm just going to go around the edges just to bring a little bit of colour in all the way around. Okay, and there, hopefully you'll be able to see that I've just got a light covering of pink around there. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to use some foam pads just to pop a couple on the back. There's 2. I might just take the little backs out, paper bits off the back, bring my card back in, and then I'm just going to put the sentiment just up in this corner, slightly under one of the flowers. So it's just maybe, whoops, move some of those flowers over very slightly. Nope, it's not gonna do it. There we are. Now I'm having a difficult time here trying to do it straight because I'm actually working on the side of it rather than how I would normally do it when I'm just sitting down. That's not going to stay now, is it? Right, there we are. So then we've put all of our flowers on. So the next thing to do now is to layer up our cardstock. So I'm going to start by putting the pink one onto the blue. And for this I'm going to use some double-sided tape, because when I make these sort of cards I like to make sure that it's well stuck. So this is quite a strong double-sided tape. Now a little trick for when you're doing cards like this, if you're using a strong tape, there's nothing worse than you're trying to fix it to your card and you don't fix it straight. Now what I've learnt is that if you get a glue stick, okay, and just run it along your your tape, that will just give you just a couple of seconds slide time just to make sure you're getting it in the right place. Let's see if that works. Okay, so now that way so you can see. I'm going to just position it and make sure you have an equal border all the way around your card. And then once it's in place, stick it down and hopefully, yep, there we are, look, see, because you've got your glue stick on there, it does lift up quite easily. And you can make sure you position it into place. And then once that glue stick dries, your tape will then get attached nicely. So again, I'm just going to use some more. Pop that over there. And as you can see, I've hidden all those measurements that I wrote down now. There you go, put some more there. Bring that up. And I think just to make doubly sure, I'm just going to put a strip of tape down the sides as well. Just to make sure that picture is not going to come off the front of the card. Okay, let's get the glue stick out again and just run it down. And get your card and again centre it. Make sure you have the same width of border all the way round and then just stick it down like so. And there we are, one card finished. I really hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I'd like to make some more, so please pop back and have a look. Thanks very much, have a great day. Bye.